The Milky Way is about 100,000 light-years across. The nearest star system, Alpha Centauri, is 4.37 light-years away. Barnard's star is the fastest-moving star visible from Earth. Betelgeuse in Orion will explode as a supernova someday. Some white dwarfs crystallize into giant cosmic diamonds. Neutron stars can spin hundreds of times per second. The Sun loses about 4 million tons of mass each second. Solar wind forms the boundary of the heliosphere. Voyager 1 is the most distant human-made object. Saturn's moon, Enceladus, has geysers that reach space. Jupiter's moon, Io, is the most volcanically active world. Europa's icy crust hides a salty global ocean. Titan's atmosphere is thicker than Earth's. Neptune's moon, Triton, orbits opposite its planet's rotation. Mars's polar caps are made of water and dry ice. The Sun's energy comes from hydrogen fusion. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon's shadow hits Earth. A lunar eclipse happens when Earth's shadow covers the moon. The Sun will become a red giant in about 5 billion years. The Andromeda Galaxy is visible without a telescope. Stars twinkle due to Earth's atmospheric turbulence. Shooting stars are meteors burning in the atmosphere. Meteor showers happen when Earth crosses comet debris. Asteroids are leftover building blocks of planets. The first asteroid discovered was Ceres in 1801. Some meteorites contain amino acids. The Sun rotates once every 27 days at its equator. Cosmic microwave background radiation is a relic of the Big Bang. Dark energy drives the universe's accelerating expansion. Only about 5% of the universe is normal matter. Time slows near black holes due to intense gravity. Wormholes are theoretical tunnels through spacetime. Quarks combine to form protons and neutrons. The International Space Station travels 28,000 kilometers per hour. Astronauts see 16 sunrises a day aboard the ISS. The Kármán line defines the edge of space at 100 kilometers. Sunlight is white, but appears yellow due to Earth's atmosphere. The Hubble telescope has orbited Earth since 1990. The James Webb Telescope observes infrared light. Some galaxies contain trillions of stars. Earth's circumference is about 40,075 kilometers. The planet's average surface temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Earth is the densest planet in the solar system. The highest natural temperature was 56.7 degrees Celsius in Death Valley. The lowest natural temperature was minus 89.2 degrees Celsius in Antarctica. About 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is about half the size of the Pacific. The Indian Ocean borders Asia, Africa, and Australia. The Arctic Ocean freezes for most of the year. The Southern Ocean encircles Antarctica. The Mariana Trench is 10,984 meters deep. The Himalayas formed from India's collision with Asia. Mount Everest rises 8,848 meters above sea level. The longest mountain range is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. The Sahara covers nearly 10% of Africa. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of Earth's oxygen. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest living structure on Earth. Lightning flashes about 8 million times per day worldwide. A volcanic eruption can eject ash into the stratosphere. The largest active volcano is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Iceland has more than 130 active volcanoes. Earthquakes are most common along tectonic boundaries. The San Andreas Fault marks one such boundary. Tsunamis can cross oceans at jet speeds. Permafrost locks away ancient carbon. Glacial melting adds fresh water to oceans, slowing currents. Dust from the Sahara fertilizes the Amazon. The stratosphere contains the ozone layer. Greenhouse gases trap heat near Earth's surface. Methane is 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Sea level rises about 3 millimeters per year. The North Pole is over the Arctic Ocean, not land. Antarctica holds 70% of Earth's freshwater ice. Rainbows appear opposite the sun's position. Sun halos form from ice crystals in cirrus clouds. Fog is just a cloud touching the ground. Dew forms when warm air meets cold surfaces. Tornadoes are rated by the enhanced Fujita scale. Hail forms when thunderstorm drafts lift ice repeatedly. Thunder is delayed because sound travels slower than light. El Niño disrupts global rainfall patterns. Coral bleaching occurs when reefs overheat. The Amazon basin floods seasonally each year. Some deserts bloom briefly after rare rain. Polar bears rely on sea ice to hunt. Tree roots can crack solid rock. Fungi decompose wood into soil nutrients. Forests moderate local climates by releasing water vapor. Earth's rotation is gradually slowing by milliseconds each century. The average adult human has 206 bones. Babies are born with about 300 bones. The skull protects the brain's 100 billion neurons. Your spinal cord carries signals at 400 kilometers per hour. Your skin is the largest organ, weighing about 4 kilograms. Blood makes up about 8% of body weight. Each red blood cell carries around 250 million hemoglobin molecules. Your lungs contain 480 million air sacs. Hair and nails are made of keratin. The liver can regenerate fully from 25% of its mass. The pancreas regulates blood sugar. The stomach lining renews every few days. The intestines contain more neurons than the spinal cord. Humans have unique tongue prints. Your body has about 5 million hair follicles. Tears are made of water, oil, and protein. Eyelashes prevent dust from entering eyes. Fingernails grow faster than toenails. The heart beats about 100,000 times a day. The brain produces about 20 watts of electrical power. Nerve impulses are electrical and chemical. Synapses can strengthen through repeated use, learning. The hippocampus helps form long-term memory. Dopamine regulates pleasure and motivation. The hypothalamus controls body temperature. The immune system remembers past infections. Your body contains about 37 trillion cells. Humans share 98% of DNA with chimpanzees. Some viruses integrate into human DNA permanently. Your gut bacteria weigh about 2 kilograms. Some bacteria can survive in space vacuum. Fungi share more genes with animals than plants. Plants convert light into sugar through photosynthesis. Leaves contain chlorophyll, which absorbs blue and red light. Seeds contain a full genetic blueprint for the plant. Roots grow toward gravity. Shoots grow toward light. Bees see ultraviolet colors invisible to humans. Some ants farm fungus underground. Butterflies navigate using polarized sunlight. Owls have asymmetrical ears for pinpointing sound. Penguins mate for life. Whales sleep one brain hemisphere at a time. Elephants can communicate with infrasound. Sharks detect blood in water from kilometers away. Crocodiles have the strongest bite force of any animal. Frogs absorb water through their skin. Snakes smell with their tongues. Octopuses have 9 brains, 1 central and 1 in each arm. Jellyfish existed before dinosaurs. Coral polyps are animals, not plants. Bacteria evolved to digest plastic in recent decades. Some viruses infect only other viruses. Sloths host entire ecosystems in their fur. Dolphins call each other by unique whistles. Parrots mimic human speech by adjusting tongue position. Wolves hunt in coordinated family packs. Ant colonies can contain millions of individuals. Fungi can communicate through underground mycelial networks. Trees release chemicals to warn neighbors of pests. The oldest living organism is a 9,500-year-old spruce in Sweden. Protons and neutrons make up an atom's nucleus. Electrons orbit in probabilistic clouds, not fixed paths. Quantum tunneling allows particles to cross barriers. Light behaves as both wave and particle. The speed of light in a vacuum is 299,792 kilometers per second. Gravity bends light around massive objects. Radio waves are the longest electromagnetic waves. Gamma rays are the shortest and most energetic. Infrared light is heat radiation. X-rays reveal atomic structures in crystals. Temperature measures particle kinetic energy. Pressure increases with depth in liquids. Water boils at lower temperatures at high altitudes. Salt raises the boiling point of water. Acids have pH below 7, bases above 7. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. Carbon forms millions of known compounds. Oxygen supports combustion and respiration. Iron rusts when exposed to oxygen and water. Gold resists oxidation, staying bright for millennia. Silver conducts electricity better than any other metal. Copper turns green from oxidation. Lead is dense and blocks radiation. Mercury expands when heated, ideal for thermometers. Diamonds form under extreme pressure deep underground. Graphite and diamond are both pure carbon. Liquid nitrogen freezes tissue instantly. Superfluid helium flows upward against gravity. Static electricity builds from charge imbalance. Magnetic fields always have north and south poles. Electric current is measured in amperes. Energy is measured in joules. Power equals energy divided by time. Entropy is a measure of disorder. The second law of thermodynamics says entropy increases. Kinetic energy equals 1/2 mv squared. Potential energy depends on height and gravity. Newton's laws describe motion. Einstein's relativity shows time slows at high speed. Black holes stretch time and space. The first telescope was built in 1608. Galileo used it to observe Jupiter's moons. The first vaccine against smallpox was developed in 1796. The steam engine powered the Industrial Revolution. The first electrical telegraph was built in the 1830s. DNA's double helix was discovered in 1953. The first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, launched in 1957. Humans landed on the moon in 1969. The first space station was Salyut 1 in 1969-1971. The Human Genome Project completed in 2003. CRISPR allows precise gene editing. Artificial intelligence can recognize faces and voices. Virtual reality simulates immersive 3D worlds. The solar system moves through the Milky Way at about 230 kilometers per second. Mercury's sunrise happens only once every 2 Mercury years. Venus spins so slowly that its clouds lap the planet every 4 Earth days. Earth's magnetic field extends thousands of kilometers into space. Mars's thin atmosphere means parachutes open very slowly there. Jupiter's faint ring system is made of dust from its moons. Saturn's moon Titan has lakes of methane and ethane. Uranus's magnetic field is tilted 60 degrees from its rotation axis. Neptune's fastest winds exceed 2,100 kilometers per hour. The dwarf planet Eris is almost the same size as Pluto. The Sun orbits the galactic center roughly every 225 million years. A coronal mass ejection can disrupt power grids on Earth. The Sun's equator rotates faster than its poles. A differential rotation. The faint zodiacal light comes from dust near the Sun. The moon's dust smells like gunpowder to astronauts. Lunar Maria are ancient lava plains. Craters at the moon's poles may contain frozen water. Earth's shadow causes lunar eclipses. Meteorites over 4 billion years old have been found on Earth. Every year, about 100 tons of cosmic dust falls on our planet. A day on Mars is only 37 minutes longer than an Earth day. Jupiter emits radio waves detectable from Earth. Saturn's hexagonal storm is twice the size of Earth. Uranus radiates little internal heat, unlike other giants. Neptune's moon, Triton, may have geysers of nitrogen. Kuiper belt objects preserve the early solar system's chemistry. A light year is about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Astronomers detect planets by the wobble of their stars. Some planets orbit 2 suns. Brown dwarfs glow faintly in infrared light. The Milky Way is warped, not flat. Dwarf galaxies orbit larger ones like satellites. Galactic collisions often spark star formation. Supermassive black holes anchor galactic centers. Interstellar dust grains contain complex organic molecules. Cosmic rays create carbon-14 in Earth's atmosphere. Pulsars keep time more precisely than atomic clocks. Magnetars can emit X-ray flares across galaxies. Quasars are among the brightest objects in the universe. The observable universe has a radius of about 46 billion light-years. Earth formed about 4.54 billion years ago. The planet's first life appeared roughly 3.8 billion years ago. Continents drift at roughly the speed fingernails grow. Earth's crust floats on semi-molten mantle rock. The outer core is liquid iron and nickel. Volcano eruptions recycle elements from deep inside Earth. About 1,500 active volcanoes exist worldwide. Earthquakes release stored energy along faults. The Richter scale is logarithmic. A magnitude 7 quake is 10 times stronger than 6. Earth's atmosphere reaches over 10,000 kilometers, thinning into space. The highest clouds form near 80 kilometers altitude. Jet streams steer global weather. The ozone layer lies 15 to 35 kilometers above the surface. Greenhouse gases trap infrared heat. Water vapor is the most abundant greenhouse gas. Lightning can form ozone in the air. Thunderstorms generate radio waves called spherics. Hailstones can grow as big as softballs. Hurricanes draw energy from warm ocean surfaces. Tornado funnels rotate clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Deserts occur on every continent. Antarctica receives less than 5 centimeters of precipitation annually. Some deserts have underground aquifers sustaining life. Permafrost can trap ancient viruses. Ice cores reveal past atmospheric CO2 levels. Coral polyps build reefs millimeter by millimeter. The Amazon basin cycles 20% of global freshwater flow. Mangrove roots protect shorelines from erosion. The deepest part of the ocean is the Challenger Deep. The average ocean temperature is about 3.5 degrees Celsius. Salinity varies with evaporation and rainfall. Sea ice reflects more sunlight than open water. Ocean currents can take centuries to complete a circuit. The thermohaline circulation drives deep sea flow. The biosphere extends from ocean trenches to high atmosphere. Photosynthesis powers nearly all ecosystems. Only 1% of Earth's water is usable freshwater. Glaciers cover about 10% of land today. Earth's magnetic poles have reversed hundreds of times. Tree rings record ancient climate changes. The average adult human body has 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels. The human brain weighs about 1.4 kilograms. Neurons communicate across gaps called synapses. The cerebrum handles thinking. The cerebellum handles motion. The spinal cord contains about 13 million neurons. The heart's rhythm is controlled by electrical impulses. Capillaries are thinner than a hair. Red blood cells live about 120 days. The liver processes roughly 1.5 liters of blood per minute. Kidneys filter about 180 liters of fluid daily. The stomach's acid is strong enough to dissolve zinc. The small intestine absorbs most nutrients. The large intestine houses beneficial bacteria. Bones are 31% water. The skeleton renews roughly every 10 years. Cartilage cushions joints from impact. Fingernails grow faster in summer. The human eye can distinguish about 10 million colors. The ear converts sound waves into nerve impulses. Balance is sensed by fluid in the inner ear. Olfactory cells can regenerate throughout life. Taste buds detect umami from glutamate. Sleep helps the brain remove waste proteins. REM sleep is linked to vivid dreaming. Infants spend about half their sleep in REM. The human microbiome outnumbers body cells. Viruses can infect bacteria. They're called bacteriophages. Bacteria reproduce by binary fission. Some bacteria live in boiling hot springs. Fungi reproduce with microscopic spores. Mosses were among the first land plants. Trees transport water upward through xylem. Photosynthesis converts carbon dioxide and light into sugars. Seeds contain embryonic plants. Sunflowers bloom only once a century. Insects make up 80% of known animal species. Butterflies taste with their feet. Ants can lift objects 50 times their weight. Dragonflies can fly backward. Bees navigate using the sun and polarized light. Birds migrate thousands of kilometers guided by magnetic fields. Penguins recognize mates by voice. Whales communicate through infrasonic songs. Sharks detect tiny electric fields from prey. Crocodiles have pressure sensors on their skin. Octopuses change color using pigment sacs called chromatophores. Sea turtles return to the beach where they hatched. The axolotl can regrow limbs and organs. Naked mole rats feel no pain from acid. Slime moles can navigate mazes. Matter exists in 4 common states: solid, liquid, gas, plasma. Bose-Einstein condensates form near absolute zero. Atomic nuclei hold 99.9% of an atom's mass. The strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons. The weak force governs radioactive decay. Electromagnetic force acts over infinite range. Gravity influences all matter with mass. Coulomb's law describes electric attraction and repulsion. Photons carry energy, but have no rest mass. 1 mole equals 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Chemical bonds form by electron sharing or transfer. Ionic bonds occur between metals and non-metals. Covalent bonds share electrons. Metallic bonds allow conductivity. Hydrogen bonds hold DNA strands together. Catalysts speed reactions without being consumed. Oxidation is electron loss. Reduction is electron gain. Acids release hydrogen ions in water. Bases produce hydroxide ions. pH 7 is neutral. Distillation separates liquids by boiling point. Chromatography separates by molecular weight. Temperature measures average kinetic energy. Pressure is force divided by area. Density depends on mass and volume. Buoyancy explains floating. Friction converts motion into heat. Entropy tends to increase in closed systems. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Momentum is conserved in closed systems. Newton's first law describes inertia. Newton's second law relates force, mass, and acceleration. Newton's third law: every action has an equal reaction. Work equals force times distance. Power equals work divided by time. Waves transfer energy without moving matter. Frequency is waves per second. Amplitude measures wave height. Refraction bends light through glass or water. Reflection changes direction on surfaces. Diffraction spreads light around edges. Interference makes bright and dark patterns. Sound intensity is measured in decibels. Ultrasound frequencies exceed human hearing. Infrared radiation is heat energy. Ultraviolet causes fluorescent glow. X-rays reveal bone structures. Gamma rays arise from atomic nuclei. Nuclear fusion powers the sun. The Higgs boson gives particles mass.